live.
All right, welcome back to part 2. We've got Eric back with us. Just a reminder, stuff that we might talk about, we might be a little bit behind the times.
That's right.
You know,
we may not record at midnight. Can you believe that?
Yeah, like if this was released on a Thursday, it's not Wednesday night at 11 o'clock when we're doing it.
No, I'm asleep Wednesday night at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. I got something that happened to me yesterday, by the way, that I was really aggravated. And it's a restaurant, and it's called Jack's. And is it just the southeast?
As far as I know, it's just in Alabama.
Just in Alabama?
No, in Spencer's hometown, there's one.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was just Alabama.
It's brand new. Like Spencer moved here and one open. I'm wondering if he brought a franchise and carried it over there.
Oh, he's a secret entrepreneur.
5 in our town.
Right. Yeah, I think it's mostly southeast. I think that's fair to say.
I agree with that.
I think they're starting to follow Dollar General.
Oh.
Wherever Dollar General goes, they're popping one up at the same time.
They're never far apart if you think about it.
That's true. So I went in there yesterday, and a few weeks ago, and I don't eat Jack's a whole lot because I got burned out on their food. You know how you can do that with anybody.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I got burned out on their burgers. So I went a few weeks ago, and just terrible service, all that kind of stuff. So I went yesterday, and I was in there for 25 minutes. There was 2 people in front of me, and this is just all about service. Just there was nobody working. During the whole time, I heard somebody saying, yeah, people ain't showing up for work. They're shorthanded, all this kind of stuff. But I was in there, and then next thing I know, I see like the people that ordered behind me was getting their food. And so I went up there, and I said, and I was trying to be nice.
Were you?
I was trying.
Were you?
I said I was trying.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have much of an attitude. I had just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, but I told the lady, and she's new, working the register, older lady, and I'm probably the second day on the job, the way it looked like, whatever like that. And I was like, I said, I see people getting food that ordered behind me. I said, I think I got overlooked. And then somebody came up there and they looked at the thing. Is your name Cody? And I said, yeah, because I thought, but it said Jody on the screen right there. And yeah, they had overlooked me or whatever like that. So then they finally brought it out. But anyway, so I got out. So I was frustrated. I got my bag because I'd already almost drank my drink because I'm standing there waiting. But everybody's waiting.
You didn't refill it?
That's what I'm thinking.
No,
the machine's right there.
Right there, man.
Come on. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm ready to get out.
All right,
Okay, I got you. Okay.
So anyway,
thirsty.
So I
hungry.
get out to the truck and I look and I open it up and I look at the fries and the fries look like they've been overdone, cooked. I'm like, golly. So I just sat it right there, on the console right there. Next thing I know, it falls over into the floorboard, and every fry that was in that bag is in my floorboard. So I didn't get to eat my fries. So I just got the fries and I just threw them all out in the ground out there. So I had 2 cheeseburgers and a drink and no fries.
How was the burgers?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It was typical. I mean, it wasn't.
They're better at breakfast. I will give them that.
The burgers are? Or
No,
I was going to say, I don't know that.
The overall food and the service is
Okay,
better. I think I guess the older people get to choose. Not older people. I guess people that work there longer or something.
The shift. You're talking
the
about
veterans.
It seems like to me, the veterans pick the breakfast.
Right.
But I've run into the same thing at Jack's, and after take forever, and the food's not kind of cold or what. Yeah. I've been skipping it for any kind of meal after breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm not a drive-through person.
Yeah, Jody
Always
don't
go
go
in,
through the
so.
drive-through. He goes in.
I always used to have
paid for it this time.
pulling stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's part of it, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, you and Burger King, y'all were on a tift.
Yeah, Jack's is working its way up there.
Jack's
And you weren't even supposed to say that.
Is Jack's? I know
BK
we're not
most
allowed
you
to say BK on this show.
Yeah,
this went downhill too.
Well, we had a bad experience. I don't go to any Burger King because of the one experience that we had at the one in town.
We're not sure it's a logical decision, but he's made the decision.
Oh, it's logical.
As long as he's standing
the way
behind
we
it,
were,
it's fine.
yeah, we were treated horrible. So,
I agree.
yeah.
Your story's pretty bad.
So.
But Jack's is not on par with BK now.
No, but they're right below it. But I'm done with Jack's.
Was it local? The local one? Or was this somewhere just around about?
No, it's the local.
The local one's bad. It's got in the evenings later on is awful.
And do you have
the
to have
service? But I'm like you said earlier. I think they're struggling to find competent workers.
Yeah, just like everybody.
Yes,
we've gone through this for months and months and months,
yes.
but now it's like, is it getting worse, or I mean, is it
people
the same?
don't want to work? Yeah,
Is one of the requirements at Jack's that you have to have tattoos? That's my next question because since
That
I
and
had
piercings, yes.
since I had plenty of time on my hands, I
Yeah,
got to
you
look
were
at
studying.
everybody. Yeah, the few people that was working behind the.
Hey, I have a question.
Did that mean you want me to get off the
No,
subject?
I was just trying to help you out.
I
didn't
thought
want
you felt like that I was going
I
somewhere I
didn't,
didn't
want
need
you,
to go.
I didn't want you to get
I
too
don't.
far.
I don't have anything against tattoos.
Okay.
He's got a tattoo. I got a tattoo. I'm just saying. I noticed it was very obvious on a lot of people.
I didn't want you to go down. We might have listeners with
Some
tattoos.
overdo it. I'll give them
Yeah,
that. I mean,
I
come
don't-
on, dude.
Look, if you got a face tattoo, I'll talk about that. Yeah, I think you got issues. I'm just saying. I've never looked at a tattoo and said, you know what? I think that hawk would look good above my right eyebrow. Or a bobcat. How about a bobcat?
Sitting
How about
on a
one right
branch.
here
If
going,
it make your
yeah, and it's going,
eyebrow look like a branch.
Yeah, it's growling at you. Yeah,
I don't think tattoos have sound effects.
I agree with the face thing. I mean, come
it's a
on.
little far.
Yeah, it seems young people. You're like, dude, you got that forever.
I know. I mean,
Don't
it's
go
like
away.
I mean, it's like we started on the shoulder and it's creeping up the neck to the face. Like I don't want that tattoo creeping up.
Well, they'll go down though. You
Yeah.
know, they will naturally.
What do you think about
As
these?
as you age.
It's axe.
The nose ring? You go with the nose ring?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like which one? Which
Do I
one?
have to explain?
No,
Well, he's correct.
there are really
like the
two.
little speck
I know,
thing,
but
or
you
like
could, but
relate
you
the
could
ball
just,
around by
yeah,
the horn.
you could just go ahead and say, "Well, I'm good with the sapphire, but
Okay.
I'm not good with the ring." And
Yeah, I'm not as big a fan of the one. It kind of.
but they're fake, right? Don't these people? Don't you buy them now? It's almost like the people don't have a piercing in their ear; they have just
Like it has like a magnet or something. You mean?
something. I mean,
I don't
it's-
think so.
I think so.
A lot of the ones that are on the side are genuine piercings.
Yes,
But the ones that are like the bull ring that goes in your nose, I don't know if they're always. I don't know that.
those are the ones I'm talking about that are fake. A lot
I
of
don't
them are
know that
fake.
those are all.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, you
I
know,
don't care for them.
you nose ring people. Let us know. Leave us a comment. Get on me. I don't care.
I don't like the. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not like it. The little speck thing. On yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
With the big old ring coming out the bottom.
You looking in the mirror in the morning time?
Yeah.
Do I go with the silver or the gold?
I mean, you know how you,
better go
you know
with
after,
gold.
after you
I
blow
don't
your
want
nose, you have
any
to do the mirror check.
Yeah.
With that, you really have to do. like,
Yeah. You want stuff hanging off of it?
Yeah.
So, do you take your nose ring out to blow your nose, or do you leave it in? And if you if you sneeze hard, will it go flying?
These are questions that we need a listener to comment on
Yeah.
and give us some
Oh,
feedback.
look at me. I have no
Jody
idea.
wants to know how do nose rings work? How does what would be the right word that I would use there? How do you do practice hygiene,
Everyday hygiene.
everyday hygiene
Yes.
with a nose ring? Jody, are you contemplating one? Is that why you got all these
I
questions?
was thinking about it.
If it's one, I don't know how they work, but if it is a true like through the skin, I don't know. That's not going to be an easy thing to jerk out before you sneeze.
No,
Oh,
no,
I mean,
no. Do you flip it
feel it
up?
coming
That's what I think. That's what I do. Hold on a second. And then you go, hold on, you go.
All right, I'm back. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
You had an interesting little experience I saw a minute ago. A little
Oh
while ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about when you eat? How do y'all handle this? All right. So talking about restaurants and stuff being in your food. How do you react if there's a hair in your food? How do you? Or can you? Are you take?
Am I at home or am I out?
All right, both. Let's
Yeah.
say you're out right now.
Okay.
Apparently,
Yeah.
if you're at home, you're okay with it. That's
Well,
what I'm
if I
getting.
know it was my wife or like my daughters, it's be like, okay, it's an accident.
You just pull it out and keep going.
Oh yeah, especially if I like what I'm eating.
But if it's like your daughter's got long hair and you're like,
Yeah,
because it's that long, are you still good with
most
it?
of the time I'm hungry, so
He's still good with it.
I'm not good there. I'm still even at home. I'm still not real good with it.
So the size
I can
of the,
proceed.
I mean, I ain't good with it. Ain't like I'm like, okay, throw it on there, but
I'd like a little salt and pepper past the hair, please.
yeah.
now in the restaurant, yeah, I'm a little bit more. Yeah,
Is it making you feel sick? Is it making you feel queasy, or is it
Right
just
now?
No. I mean,
in there,
in that moment when you
I
say,
don't know if
say
it-
you've took the bite, it's in your mouth, and you pull it out of your mouth.
I don't really get queasy, but I'm kind of done.
Okay.
You know
It's
what I mean?
just
I'm
a
kind of
little
like,
push
yeah,
the-
like, oh. Unless it's really good again, then you might
Are
just,
you really? He's like, man, it's such oh, that's so good. I can't even tell him it.
the steak is just too good
He
to pass
just
up.
slides it over to the side.
Maybe
Worry
it's
about
the hair that's giving the flavor.
Oh,
You're like, you
goodness.
just don't
Ooh,
realize it.
you're
That's why it's
nasty.
so good.
Oh, Jody,
Are
what
you
about
telling? Are you
Tastes
telling
like
the waitress?
Aquanet.
So if you're at a restaurant and you've got a little hair or whatever like that, and you're kind of like, or whatever. I'm not like, I'm like
Yeah.
waitress.
Are you
Yeah,
telling?
I'm not going to finish eating the meal.
I'm
now.
telling. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, I'm not finishing.
I'm.
nah.
And it
telling.
could be-
That's-
I'm not
I
gonna
sound
be
like a
rude.
kindergartner.
You know, I mean, it could happen to you, but I'm not going to be rude. Hey,
Yeah, 'cause you know it-
I'm not going to scream, you know.
Because
Are you
know
asking for a
it's-
new plate? Or are you just
Well,
saying?
you know it's not intentional. That's what I think. You know, if I
Yes.
find a hair in there, it's not intentional. You know, for the most
I'm going to
part.
call attention to it, maybe bring, yeah, but what do you do if you're like at the end of the meal? It's like, okay.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If I've only got a few bites left or whatever and find it, I'm not even saying.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
probably,
yeah.
I'm just good with it.
But
okay,
if
yeah.
I'm like one bite,
but then you're
in,
thinking, how many did I eat before I didn't know it?
Oh.
Yeah.
don't you know if you've ate one? Because it don't go down easy,
It don't.
right?
It don't.
So it'd
you
be-
can feel it hanging on. Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Does the color matter?
Nope. Don't matter.
no! I ain't going to dissect
Why?
the color.
Why is hair off the head so much grosser than hair on the head?
That's what another thing I would say, because how many women talk about other women? Oh, your hair's so beautiful, pretty. They might even put their hand on it right there, but you drop one of them hairs off somewhere out there. Like, right? What's the difference?
It catches cooties when it.
Is that what it
I don't
is?
know. I don't know.
Looks like it'd be better if it was, separated from the other hairs, right?
Yeah. Oh, I have an entire restaurant that I never will eat at again. I don't think I can do it. We were eating there with my grandpa. It was me and Misty and my grandma and my grandpa, and it was like we were sitting there, and Pop took a bite of he had turkey and dressing. I remember this. It was on like a green plate with the 3 sections in it. And anyway, he had a hair in his mouth, and Pop has a pretty quick reflex to the gag reflex to the hair, and he pulls it out of his mouth, and he can't control it, and he throws up right in his plate. So he's holding his turkey and dressing plate, and he throws up in the plate.
Oh,
And
everybody's built for.
I'm sitting at a table that's no wider than this, and I'm directly, and he's, and
And then Josh starts going,
I did. I was going, and so
Do you have that reflex if
he's-
somebody starts gagging,
he's
you
like-
start gagging?
Yeah.
Okay.
it's contagious, right?
And he's done.
It don't bother me.
Is it not?
Uh-uh.
Everybody around you can be throwing up
Oh
your
yeah,
phone?
up Chuck, I'm good.
Really?
So he slides his plate out, and I'm like,
Slides it out.
I mean, he's like put it down, and he's like trying to get my grandma to let him out so he can go to the restroom, and so needless to say, I didn't eat another bite of mine. 'cause
Oh
I was like,
no, I'm done.
I just watched the.
I'm not going to continue to eat, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to throw up.
It's called I've lost my appetite.
Yes.
So to this day, I've not been back to that restaurant since then. And just right now, just thinking about that green plate and him throwing up on
Makes
it
you nauseous.
makes me think
Because
I'm still not ready to go back.
I understand.
Yeah,
that's
just
been
because he
18,
threw up,
19
right?
years. Yeah.
Yeah. Not because of the
Oh,
hair.
it's not the hair situation. That happens.
Oh,
Mistakes
I
happen.
get it.
It's just the gag
But
part.
the front row seat to that. I mean ooh.
Now, I told you about the time what you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Well, that part.
He gets on to me all the time that I bust
do
on
interrupt
in.
me all the time.
Well, yeah.
Go
If
ahead.
it's on my mind, I got to throw it out there.
You got the
It won't
ADD.
last. Yeah, because it disappears real quick.
Go for it.
All right. I told you on the Big Mac at McDonald's, it used to come, had the cardboard around it to keep it standing, that little small paper type stuff. And I told you when I undid that right there was a hair that was wrapped like 3 times around. So the person who had done that apparently had long black hair because the hair was like this long.
Oh,
It's
yummy.
terrible. And that was the last time. And that's been 20 years. I hadn't had a Big Mac since then.
Next episode, let's eat Big Macs from Burger King. Look, well, speaking of stuff that's gross, did y'all hear a while back? I think it was back in July, maybe. I don't know. I got an article here. iHeartRadio put it out, but there was a listeria outbreak from recalled Boar's Head deli meat. Did y'all hear about that?
Actually, I did
Maybe,
hear
I
something
don't
about that last week.
There's
Okay.
so many.
Yeah, go ahead and finish, and I'll
Alright.
if it's what I'm thinking, what somebody told me.
All right. So in the recall, it was talking about certain brands. You can go online and look at all that stuff, or certain labels, and when it was there's codes on it and stuff. So we're not issuing the recall. It's out there if you want to learn more about it. But it said Boar's Head in response to the outbreak announced earlier this month that it would discontinue sales of liverwurst. Y'all like liverwurst?
Oh, what is that?
I don't know.
Not really sure what that is either.
Somebody's going to have to
heard
Google
of it, but I don't think I've.
When I think of that, I think of mince meat. I know it's not the same thing, but I just for some reason.
I
What's
don't-
mince meat?
I'm not a liver guy at all.
No. I don't know anything.
Chicken, beef, I don't care.
But does it have anything to do with the liver? It's just a name.
I
think it may-
I thought it was some form of it's got liver meat in it.
Would y'all like me to
Maybe.
look that up to solve that for you real quick?
We're interrupting.
Is
you.
it-
You're
Did
interrupting
need
my
to-
other
You
reading.
can finish your story.
Is that
if
not?
you
A,
need.
is it like a German? Am I just making
I
that
know,
up?
I think so. I
like
think
a
it's- yeah.
German. I don't think it's really
Yeah.
a big American dish.
All right, so liverwurst is also known as liver sausage. It is a type of sausage made from liver. It can be made from pork, beef, or chicken liver, and usually contains other meats and spices.
I like that other meats part.
Let's see.
of
Liverwurst is
meat.
popular in many European countries, as well as in North and South America. Liverwurst is a German pate made from animal.
Something.
Well, I was just yeah, anyway. It's maybe minced meat. It was including heart, liver, kidneys, brain, stomach, intestines.
Nice.
The word "wurst" is German for sausage.
Oh, okay.
So liver sausage.
Learned something today.
so is that like a delicacy somewhere? You think?
It didn't sound like it.
Kind of like boudin.
Yeah,
Like boudin?
Oh, we didn't. I
just
just
talked
learned
about
about
that.
boudin. Spencer talked about that just recently.
Oh, scramble it and some eggs and a biscuit and get out of my way.
Okay.
Oh,
He's all about some
But
boudin.
it's sausage,
yes.
right? Isn't it mainly like
well,
sausage
it's-
type?
Yeah,
I know it's a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
The eyebrows said it all. Did you see his eyebrows?
Well, you don't read the ingredients, just eat it. It is
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Liverwurst is being discontinued now that we know that's liver sausage, because it was found to be the root of the listeria contamination. The company is also, this is the part that was intriguing to me. The company is also closing the Virginia plant that produced the meat linked to the outbreak and implementing a company-wide food safety program. What's it tell you if they say liverwurst was the problem, but we're going to shut the whole plant down? Does that tell you something?
Sounds like the plant was dirty.
Yeah, you want to hear a little bit about it?
There's more to it.
Sure.
All right. The USDA Food and Safety Inspection Service found dozens of violations at the facility, including insects, mold, and a quote unquote rancid smell in the cooler. How's that make y'all feel? Boar's Head tasting good now? The plant has not been operational since July, when the liverwurst recall was first announced and then expanded to include all products made at the facility. So they said everything. And when I read it initially, the rancid smell in the cooler. You just think you got a package at the store of cold deli meat. Y'all like deli meat? Y'all enjoy?
yeah.
All right. You got a
I eat it almost every week.
what do you think? Like, now I'm just going, you don't know that that's always been cold.
You think fresh.
You
That's what
think
you think.
fresh.
Yeah. That's
Well, I
why,
mean, what if
that's why
it's-
I buy it.
what
I
if
mean, it
it's
tastes
been-
better than those prepackaged stuff, you know.
What do you think if it's been in the back of somebody else's truck and the refrigeration unit went out and it was warm in the truck?
Here's the thing I will, most of the time, if ham is bad, it's slimy. If mine's slimy, I'm going to eat it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You ever had ham, you get ham out of the refrigerator, like, eh.
I think ham out of all of it is what kind of scares me.
Well, why I said earlier, me and my wife was at a store that sells Boar's Head
Yeah.
2 weeks on a Saturday, and we always carry the cooler with us because that store's not in our area, and I do like their deli meat, so they have a peppered ham that I love it. Well, they didn't have it at the time, but I got the Black Forest ham. So we're at work, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, I got the Black Forest ham." And he's like, "Have you not heard?" my coworker. I'm like, heard what? He said, dude, I like recalled a bunch of crap. You know, I don't know about that. And I'm like, so I'm looking at him. I was like, is he lying?
Here's the
Or is
codes if you want them.
No, well, I didn't eat the whole pack, so I survived it. But I'm like, dude, I brought this home. I'm eating it. You know, it's not slimy. I like it. But yeah,
You're
I
here.
heard about it.
So you're just basing it on slime.
Pretty well, I would base it on smell. I'm like, if I open up the bag and it's like, something don't smell right. I'm
Do you smell everything you eat?
no.
I don't either. Do you?
Like every bite of stuff I take?
Not
Or-
every bite, but I'm saying if you get something, do you do a smell check before you?
No, but when I'm cooking, I do a smell test. If I'm the one in charge of cooking, I'm going to smell anything like how he opened up the ham. I'm going to smell it when I open up the chicken or the beef or whatever.
Milk? You open up milk, do you smell it?
Not every time.
Not every time I have.
If I look at the
do.
date
If
and the
the
date's
date's getting
close,
close.
If the
I
date's
do.
close, I do smell.
However, that's misleading because sometimes the lid can just smell bad and the milk still be fine. That's a personal opinion.
Are you smelling the lid or are you smelling the milk?
I'm trying to smell inside the container, but if you've left a little crust on the top of the jug,
Yeah, milk can fool you. And sometimes milk's a day or two out. If you taste it, it's really still pretty good. You know,
Well, I was going to ask you.
apparently he
if,
likes buttermilk. That's
if-
what he eats.
no,
if it's
I do
got-
not. But
if you go right now to your fridge and it's got today's date on it, are
No,
you still
I'm-
good with it?
yeah.
Tomorrow?
possibly yes.
Yeah, I'm
If-
with
if-
Eric.
Now
I'm-
here's that I do the sniff test, and if there's
Any hint?
any hint, I'm probably like no. But if it still smells, yeah, I'm good.
If it's bloated a little bit, you
No,
still can smell it?
the container's got stuff and chunks floating. I'm done.
oh man,
If it's got today's date, which I'm not a milk drinker.
I'm not big milk.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not. If it's got today's date, I'm not even touching it.
I love
a
milk.
good bowl of cereal.
I
man.
love milk.
I'm like a little kid. I mean,
I used to tear up some cereal.
Oh,
I could tear
I
up some
still
cereal right
can.
now, but I just don't.
yeah, I just don't do like I used to. Yeah,
Fruit Loops, Lucky
I ain't
Charms,
a big
Frosted
Lucky-
Flakes.
ooh.
Oh, the Fruit Loops
Lucky
he said
Charms.
was from that buttermilk incident he
yeah,
talked
I'm not
about last
Fruit Loop guy.
episode. I like Fruit Loops though. I'm okay.
I mean,
Fruity Pebbles. I like those.
I
probably
like
a little
Cocoa
bit.
Pebbles better.
Okay.
So how bad if you put cold water in there? Does it just change everything? Does
You
the
ate
milk? No, I'm not.
cereal with water.
That's disgusting.
Why? I'm trying to say why. Why
Because
does
it's water.
Why does milk make the cereal so good?
It's made that way.
It's got a flavor
Are you
that
ta-
they complement each other.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Like
I
that.
like that.
I
See,
think,
he's a
yeah.
man of all kinds of words.
Yeah.
Compliment.
They're good.
I got a story on cereal. We bought. You ever get to like craving something?
No.
So I'm at the store, and I was like,
He asked.
I'm buying Lucky Charms. You know, they're magically delicious.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, really, I'm like, I think I'll try them.
I wish he'd have slipped into that Irish accent.
Oh, look at the Irish.
So I get home. I think I ate like one bowl.
I don't know why he purred. Sorry.
I think that's Tony the Tiger. I'm not sure.
That was what he said when he saw the Frosted Flakes.
So anyway, so like a day or so later, I'm like, oh, I still got my Lucky Charms, you know. So I go and I start pouring it in the bowl, and there's no marshmallows. I mean, there's not. I'm like, what? What?
Did you open it?
Huh?
Were you the person
I
that
thought-
opened?
Well, I got to question myself
Okay,
because I
all
thought I ate a bowl of this when we got it, and it was fine.
Okay.
Where's and it's like still in the. I'm like, so I go and do the question. Hey, have y'all been in my Lucky Charms? And my youngest says,
How many
yeah.
times you ever asked that? Who's been in my life?
Well, I'm like, because I'm doubting myself.
Isn't that what the
And
commercial
she's
is?
like,
Being in my Lucky Charms.
and my youngest one says, yeah, I got all the marshmallows out. I said, you ever earned my Lucky Charms?
So just picking through the box and
She
getting them?
poured the box out,
Poured 'em
put
out.
all the marshmallows out, and poured the cereal back. It was ingenious, really, but I'm like, it's not Lucky Charms anymore.
So could you have a whole bowl of milk and just put those marshmallows in there?
You can order the marshmallows from Amazon.
Can you?
Yes.
How about
just
Temu?
the marshmallows?
Can we get it on Temu?
I don't know about Temu.
Would you trust
wouldn't.
marshmallows
No.
from Temu?
No.
Okay.
Now, every time y'all say that, I think about Tuma and what was the Lion King?
Oh, Timon, and Pumbaa.
Yeah. Temu, y'all threw them together.
Oh goodness, I want to sing their song now.
Do
I
it.
can't remember the words.
All right, go
though.
ahead.
It's Hakuna Matata, right?
It is.
I don't know. Tell us how it goes.
There you go. You,
I
you
cannot-
start and I'll join in.
I don't know how it goes. You start it and you finish it.
Oh, it means no worries. It's a problem-free philosophy.
Does it say where their warehouse was at?
Yeah, Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah, you did say
Virginia.
that.
Yep. Yeah, the Virginia
I
plant.
mean,
is
they're
closed.
known for their boar's head meat. I mean, that's what they're.
Oh no, that's like their livelihood. You better Get yourself in shape.
What do we come up with names? I mean, if you've got a company that's going to have fresh meat and anything like that, we're coming up with let's say boar's head. Yeah.
Well, you remember it.
It's
But think about a pig. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but-
nothing on a pig that goes to waste.
Well, I know, but would you have a name of your company Pig Head? No. It'd be like,
Or you go remember that if you see it at the store?
I would.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
would.
There you go. Sometimes it's all about what you remember.
maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Y'all ever been in the grocery stores that sell the actual heads of cows and stuff like that?
No,
Yeah.
seen it in Honduras though.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, me and them. We
Been
actually
together?
toured Honduras together. We seen it in the sink, did we not?
We saw a bunch of. Well, yeah, it was in the sink. That's
Yeah,
right.
the whole head
Or
was
was
just
it- what
looking
was
at
it?
us.
And was there a chicken underneath the sink?
Yes.
seems like roast-
Well, there was
What kind
a
of kitchen
there
were
was
y'all
a-
in?
This, actually, it was
was
a
a hut.
nicer. Yeah. Well, no, that was a nicer little house, kind of.
Oh yeah,
But there was a bowl. You remember the bowl, and it had like all kinds of
chunks.
of stuff. But the hog
Like
head
the-
was like in the sink, and I'm like putting this
Oh yeah,
filter
you
on.
had to. Yeah, you putting the filter.
I was
on
putting a filter on the faucet, and like I'm trying not to look because I was looking. It's like staring at me.
it. How many flies was on that thing?
Oh,
Oh, that's in those international
I
markets.
lost weight over there. Except when we got to the thing that food that the ladies cooked for us at the compound.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You couldn't beat that. Like
No.
even breakfast.
Yes,
I mean-
that was some good eating.
But you had to. I mean, you better
Yeah.
fill up on carbs because you're gonna be sweating it out all day.
Yeah,
Man.
And it's usually too hot to eat lunch.
Yeah. Especially in the.
Y'all have trouble eating when you're really hot like
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
Is it?
It will make me sick.
I don't. I
I
struggle
have
too.
got
Summertime.
nauseous. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of lunches I don't eat during the summer when you're working hard and out in the heat.
Like
and
mowing
stuff.
grass. Now I might stop, and I have to wait just a little bit and eat like some crackers and peanut butter.
Yeah,
I couldn't eat like a meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
so you don't want a liverwurst
Something soft.
sandwich.
No.
you
You
want
know-
something soft on your stomach.
Yes,
So why can we not eat? Can you eat chili in the summertime?
I can, but it's not my favorite. It's it's weird, but it tastes better in the winter. I don't know why,
That's right.
but it's
know.
just that's a winter food.
Why is that? We talked
Soup,
about that.
same way though.
Yeah.
I'm not a big
See?
soup guy though.
I'm not wild about it.
No, it's okay, but I
Homemade
some
homemade
some good
vegetable soup. Nah.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna turn it down, and especially in the winter.
Right.
But like, I don't know, something about chili and it's cold outside. You
But
come
why?
in.
Why does it make it better in the winter?
I don't really know.
It
It's a good
warms you up
question.
on the inside, Jody.
Well,
It warms
anything
you
you
up.
could have. You could have chicken noodle soup and it warm you up on the inside.
That's right,
You
and
know.
tastes better in the winter.
Yeah.
And why did they always give you chicken noodle soup when you're sick?
I don't know. That's a unique.
I
one.
don't-
Would you like
yes.
some chicken noodle soup? I'm like, well, why? I'd rather have pizza.
No.
Is that a remedy for my illness?
It must
don't-
be. I mean,
don't-
I've got a head cold. Can I have something different?
I think it's supposed. Is it supposed to be
take a
soft on
hamburger.
your stomach?
Yeah, really.
Is that what it is?
I think
Soft on
so.
your stomach?
I
I
think,
think it's easy on your stomach. Yes.
So the broth. Because all it is isn't it broth and
but
just some
chicken
noodles
noodle
thrown in there?
soups take
Yeah,
taste
but the
better
little
than
chunks
broth.
of chicken I take out. Y'all do that?
No.
No.
The Campbell's, you're
Yeah.
taking the chunk out.
Yeah, the little,
That's
little
what makes
floating
it.
red chicken.
Red.
Well, pink.
There ain't no red. If I had red in there, I'm picking it out. Yeah, I don't know. We're shopping at that. You're shopping at Temu. You're getting your chicken noodle soup from Temu.
What's that pinkish red looking? I don't know. I'm not sure that's all
It
chicken.
looks like chicken.
You
please.
must have
It
been
don't-
buying that off brand. You must have had that off brand.
Yeah,
No.
Mine's like kind of a grayish brown color.
well,
yeah.
okay.
Well, I
Red,
do like that.
pinkish, gray,
The yellow
whatever.
film that's on the top when you open the can. I do
Well, you
enjoy
soak-
that.
you soak
I
that
suck
up with the
down.
crackers.
That's the first thing. Open up, pop up, and I see that yellow
you-
film. Take that out, and then I dump it in the.
I bet you eat the slime off the.
Off the ham too.
Yeah.
Save the slime for Jody, please.
I don't even heat up. I eat
Do
it
you
out of
eat
the
the
can. I'm telling
eat
you
the
right.
stuff out of Vanner sausage, the slime out of the Vanner sausage.
No, that's nasty. I don't. You know, Vina sausages fill me up. I don't know what it is about that, but like a small little thing right there is like when I eat the 5 or 6 that's in there. It's like, whoo, I'm stuffed for some reason. I don't know why it
It's
feels
like you ate a
because your
12 ounce
stomach's
steak.
turning over.
It probably might be. It's churning.
It's like,
It's looking up
What
at
are
me
you
like,
doing?
what are you thinking?
Send a signal to tell him not to put another one in here.
that's all I'm holding.
Oh, have y'all seen those videos where your body's kind of communicating? It's like it's people. They're actually, but they got a label that says like I'm the stomach and I'm the brain. That's I had that video in mind as I was thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Send word. I ain't taking another one.
But I don't
will
know.
revolt.
Most things in a can, I eat it out of the can. I don't even heat it up. I don't put it in a Nothing. Like raviolis, SpaghettiOs,
Just right out
chicken
of the
noodle
can.
soup, right out of the can. No telling what's wrong with me.
Do you microwave the can, or you're just eating it room temperature?
No, I open up the can and eat it right out.
Just right out of there. You're not.
But
warming them.
I'm not picky about anything. I mean,
You know, my son-in-law will eat anything cold. Like I grilled steaks one time. Him and my daughter's like dating. And they come home. I'm like, hey, we saved you steaks in the refrigerator. And I look in there. It's like Fred Flintstone. He's just like coating it. And he's like eating it. I'm like, do you want to put that in the microwave or oven? He said, no, it's fine.
I think a cold steak, like for the next morning, whatever, I think it has a better taste. I think it holds
Cold?
flavor. Yeah, I think so.
I'd
Well,
put some
I might be
eggs.
wrong if
I'm with Eric on that.
if I heated it up,
and
it might be
put
10
eggs.
times better.
Eggs, I'm good with either version of that. The grilled steak the next morning, I think, is almost more flavorful
It
than the
is.
night before.
Eggs or an omelet?
Eggs.
Eggs.
I'm
big on an omelet.
I like eggs and steak, but if I'm just in general, I'd rather have an omelet than just eggs and bacon. I'd rather have a bacon, egg, and cheese omelet.
I know sometimes I'll just cook or fix 12 eggs, scrambled eggs just for like me and Nicholas. That's all we just get it out and just throw some cheese on it.
Yeah.
And that's
Maybe,
all the
maybe
eggs.
cook some
That's all
toast
they-
or
yeah.
something.
Can't do that now because a dozen eggs are like $7.
Yeah.
Not
It's
cheap
true.
breakfast. Used to be cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to buy eggs at the store that, remember when we have a store here that opened, the last kind of little grocery store that opened, and they had eggs for like 29 cents a dozen for 59 cents. You know, it's like, wow.
Oh.
And now they're like you said, 7. I mean, what
We
happened?
We know now they're having that strike on
At the ports. I heard
yeah,
about that.
yeah. So all the cargo ships are going to be backing up. There's nobody to unload them and all that stuff. So they're talking about there's going to be shortages. Prices are possibly going to go up. So I don't know. And
Why does something always happen at the election, around an election? You ever notice that?
I've noticed that
There's always something.
well,
So is this connected? And this, I don't think we can. This
They
isn't
went on
connected.
strike, correct?
Yes.
The ports, okay.
I've got an article. I didn't read it though. But
Will the hurricane have any effect on that? The devastation from the recent hurricane?
It usually does.
and now they're talking about with the hurricane, like you got the election coming up. How are these people going to vote? There's not even a road to these people's house.
Oh, I know.
They don't have a house. They don't have a city hall. They don't have all this stuff. So, I mean, I know you're not. The last thing on your mind is voting, but I'm just saying weeks from now when it comes down to it, we've got to do something for these people to be able to vote.
Yeah, because we're less than 40 days.
Right.
in.
And like I said, that's in the back of everybody's mind because these people need help. You still got missing people, and all that kind of stuff. But just looking at the voting part of it, I don't know how you do it.
I know our local Baptist Association has connections to Black Mountain, North Carolina, the children's home that's there. We have connections. They had some devastation that was there. We've sent some folks up there to kind of assess the damage from our association and kind of figure out.
That's the place we go to have the Bible school, and they've done some work.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the same one.
Okay.
They got flooded.
So they had some problems.
Yeah,
then.
they had
Okay.
some serious mudslide and
Oh,
flooding and stuff. But they have kids there, and they can't like move across state lines because they have children that are there in their
Right.
care, and I don't know. They're trying to figure out if there's ways we can serve them. So it's terrible.
Like these ports, it says the ports along the East Coast and the Gulf of Mexico, that the strike causes immediate disruptions at ports that handle more than half of the United States cargo. The effects are expected to ripple through the country, causing at least hundreds of millions of dollars a day and getting worse each day
Wow.
that they remain off work. Hundreds of millions of dollars a day.
That's so. I mean, we're talking about total supply chain interruptions. What we're discussing again.
Yeah, and they're talking about Christmas coming up, all these stuff that you're going to get, but also it says alcohol, bananas, seafood. That's just a few of the things that it's going to affect. So
I don't use any of those.
it's
I'm
going to come back.
I'm not big on bananas.
during COVID. Are you not?
No, sorry.
No, I was just saying. During COVID when we had the shortages like that they're talking that might be something like that. So go buy your toilet paper.
Oh,
people.
I'm low.
Yeah.
I'm low right now.
Hey, you want to ride?
I
We'll get
bet.
down here to the store and get some.
I need to.
I never got that. the toilet paper thing.
You did?
I know.
Did y'all ever?
You didn't get any, so you're like,
I was I'll make do. I mean, it was.
you'll figure it out.
I was not fighting over toilet paper. I'm
Right.
sorry. I've got a bunch of old clothes around the house. Whatever, something.
Goodness gracious! You're asking your son-in-laws if you can borrow a shirt. Hey, can you send a shirt over? I'm running a little low.
Where's my shirt? Well,
I decided not to give it. I decided not to give it back to you. So, is this a serious thing, Jody? Do I need to be concerned? How concerned?
Well,
do I
we're
need
only
to
a few
be?
days into it, so let's see. This article right here says it could cost the economy up to $5 billion a day.
The economy.
how is it say anywhere in there how long they're expecting this to last?
I don't know. It's 45,000 union workers. So,
All right. So, Eric, if they called in and they said, "Hey, we need some guys to come work the ports," and these folks are out here protesting. What are they protesting for?
I'm sure it's going to have to be something with wages.
time, more
It's
personal
probably
time.
union. Is
Yeah,
It's
what
a
they
it's
union,
union,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
No, I'm not crossing the line.
Would you cross the line?
No.
No. You're gonna say, "I'm with the guys."
Yeah.
All right. That's what I was curious.
Well, I would think so. I like to hear before I said that. What are they arguing, or what are they for? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What are they needing? What do they feel like they're lacking?
Yeah. I think you got to hear them out.
Yeah, I think so.
Hear them out. Now, if they say I need a $20 an hour pay raise,
Yeah, now we're thinking, okay, look, we got to compromise.
we got
Everybody's
to find a middle
yes,
ground
yes.
here. I don't know what
Are
they're.
their demands like you said, like out of bounds?
Yeah.
Or are they really getting mistreated?
Yeah. I don't want somebody working in
No.
unfair conditions.
Yeah, it says any strike that lasts more than a week could cause goods shortages for the holidays, and we could get the kind of inflation for 6 months similar to or worse than peak inflation levels a year ago. So, could get bad.
Man. And they just dropped the interest rates. So
I think that's going to...
I think that's going to be null and void. This might do more
Probably.
damage than that made improvements.
So, they're saying if you need some kind of car maintenance done, get it done. And then it says seafood, what's affected seafood, electronics like cell phones, computers, pharmaceuticals, cars, and auto parts. Like the chip shortage. I'm
Oh, yeah.
sure, if we go through something like that, that was
fuel?
horrible.
Is there effect on fuel? Or-
Shouldn't.
Machinery parts, alcohol, and this says bananas. It doesn't say anything. So is that the only thing we send over here?
How many bananas
I
are we
don't
getting?
know. I don't
Man.
know.
I didn't know that was
it
such a
says
big
about
deal.
75% of the nation's bananas enter through East Coast and Gulf Coast ports.
Okay.
So there you go. I guess so.
We've seen where they came from.
Yeah.
A bunch of them.
Now you're talking about fuel. Now, and when we record this, today is the day that Iran sent 200 ballistic missiles into Israel. So, depending on the Middle East thing
That
going
could
on,
affect also
that could affect the gas
the
prices.
fuel price, yes.
So you got this going on. You got the fuel price possibly going up. I paid $2.69 this morning, and I wasn't
Yes.
too mad about that.
Yeah.
But if it goes up to $3.15, $3.35, who knows?
I'm still using my Texaco rewards. I paid $1.79.
Did you? You show
Had
out.
$1 off.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's kind of nice.
You ain't bragging, are you?
I'm bragging.
I would too. I'm impressed.
I sent a picture to my grandpa just to show him the price.
So
Look
did
at
you
that.
give up on Murphy?
No, I'm still doing that. But while Texaco's giving me it's very close. It's got a lot of proximity to us.
Yeah, very, very convenient.
And they were offering $1 off for the first 3 fill-ups. If you downloaded the app, it was worth downloading the app for me. $1 off for 3 tanks. That was worth it. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you might say $60, $70.
yeah,
I mean, really.
I was gonna say I enjoyed it.
Pretty good.
So
I just stick with Murphy.
I'm
like
still
the
going
Murphy?
to, I'm still going to Murphy.
It's just always so crowded.
I get there early.
Yeah, well, yeah. The why if
No
I
line,
go-
no waiting for
yeah.
me.
Well, when I go by there, it's usually, but like if you try to go any other time, oh
you
my
can
God.
forget it. You can't even get
Yeah.
in there.
It is tough sledding.
It is.
It's
Do you
bad.
remember that used to be just a little rinky-dink store?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was a branded name. I don't know, but they
I
didn't
don't
do any
remember.
business.
No, I don't remember a name on it. To be honest with you,
And they turned it into a Murphy, and it's boom.
didn't they
boom.
have like that? A few little gas pumps,
Yeah.
but nothing.
They may have had 4. Maybe.
maybe.
So are Murphy and Walmart connected, or are they
Yes.
just
As far as I understand,
Are they-
Walmart owns Murphy, correct?
okay?
Something like that. Some kind of partnership.
There's
they
a
got going
partner.
on.
They're intertwined.
Right,
somehow.
and so they're right there because of the one in town. Of course, don't have the space to have it in their parking lot.
Yeah.
So that's the reason it's right beside it.
I was just curious. I didn't know.
And the
I
one
know
that's-
all
the one
these
up the
seem
road
together.
does. Yeah, there's several around that do.
Yeah,
It's pretty close.
yeah. You ever bought gas at Sam's?
Yeah,
Sam's Club.
I've done.
I've done that one
I've
time.
done that a time or two.
I don't think I ever have Sam's Club.
Yeah.
So back to the missile strikes and that kind of stuff. Do we know? Like, I mean, I know we're kind of fresh here. Do y'all know any details about it? I don't.
I don't know anything. I know when I left to come here that the Pentagon was doing a press release or whatever and had a general talking about whatever. So I don't know. I don't know how much involvement we're going to have. I don't know if will they put boots on the ground over there? Are we going to send troops?
Shouldn't have to.
I don't know.
We can light them. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing. My brother was in the military, and he could tell you that nobody has to step foot on the ground with our military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, we're supplying Israel. We've got the Iron Dome. We've got all that. But I don't think the Iron Dome wasn't any match for these ballistic missiles, from my understanding. I think we shot some of them down, but, still too early, and I didn't see the whole story.
Right.
But, I mean, is it enough just us supplying them with what they need to do that? But if you get everybody else, like all the other surrounding countries
Yeah.
to go in, and, I mean, is that going to draw us in?
I don't know. This is
I've always felt like we should do whatever we can for Israel as our country.
yeah. Support Israel.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but
I agree with that.
it seems like it's just kind of, and everything's so sensitive right there. I mean, it's just kind
And
of
you
a
hate
powder
to say it,
keg.
but really it depends a lot on the administration that we have
Yeah.
at that time. If anything happens, whatever time in the past, future, whatever.
It was fine a few years ago.
Oh.
Peaceful. I
And
wouldn't say peaceful,
this all
but
stems
this was
back
going on.
to biblical principles, if
It
you
does.
go all the way back to Isaac and Ishmael. We go-
God's people.
That's right. It
Israel.
goes way on back.
Yeah, there you go. Ishmael started it.
Well, when they attacked in
Gummit Isaac.
when they attacked in October, that caused all this. They were. You saw a bunch of these people. There's, Revelation. End times. All this. They're starting to see.
That drives me crazy.
I know.
Yeah, I think
They're
we're,
starting to look into things.
Nobody
before
knows.
we're called to read the scripture, and I think I'd caution any believer about making applications of the headlines to the scripture. Now, you can apply the scripture to the headlines, but you don't need to do it in the reverse order where
Okay,
you
yeah.
allow the scripture,
That's a
where
good
they
way to put
allow the
that. I like that.
newspaper to dictate,
Yeah.
where you're just kind of trying to fit it in and that kind of thing. So,
Well, it says to me, I've always said, it says scripture 1,000 days, and on 1,000 years is like one day to God. So if you think about it in that way, we're like on day 2. we're lunch on day
Right.
2. I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
we don't. Nobody knows.
it's slippery slope when
It
somebody
is.
starts saying they've got it figured out. But you do see, anytime there's rumors of war, they're going to quote that out of Matthew, and make that reference to there. So,
But this has been going on. I mean, so let's not separate what's going on now.
But
to what's-
like Josh said, since Ishmael, there's never said there never will be peace.
Yeah.
So there's never going to be peace.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there might be times, I guess, of a little bit, but
Well,
one
they're
little
just-
switch of a
yeah.
button and we're back on.
Well, everybody's always looking for a sign.
Yes.
And that's it. And you can drive yourself crazy looking, diving deep, trying to find that. You find that little bit of whatever there, and there it is. That's what I was looking for.
I know.
Yeah.
Got to be careful of private interpretation of anything, but especially scripture,
Yeah.
where you're just saying,
Israel's not worried.
no, I don't think so. Oh, they come out swinging, don't they? I mean, in general, too.
They did
Yeah.
this time.
they oh, man.
Yeah, they're not backing down.
That's
No.
they come out swinging.
But everybody's true colors start coming out once this happened. You find out how many enemies there are. Towards them.
Oh, I know.
Would y'all like, you might, I don't know if anybody would visit Israel.
I would like to.
I would too.
I would too. I've not visited.
I've not either.
I mean,
But with all
I don't
this,
know that I'm
sometimes
signing up today.
Yeah.
If you told me you had a trip tomorrow,
I've always said, but can you imagine walking and think, I might have stepped where Jesus walked? I mean,
Yeah,
that's got to be.
that's what I've always said.
I got chill bumps thinking about
I
it.
know.
Yeah, and you take it. I've always loved history, and I've always been this Civil War person like that. I've always thought about, if you go to one of these, where one of the battles were, and all that stuff. And just thinking, well, who stood here, and what happened here. But yeah, when you're talking about going to the Holy Land and everything that happened there, it'd be amazing. It'd be overwhelming.
Oh
I
yeah,
think so.
Absolutely. I'd love to go. Love to go.
Yeah,
Oh man, that would be fantastic.
it'd be so much to see.
Yeah, I know. You'd probably just want to stay longer than you could probably afford to stay, or I could anyway. You'd be packing in as much.
I wonder
as you
what a
could.
guided trip. I mean, round trip, airfare, guided trip. Oh, if you're going to say 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks would be.
Where all do you want to go? You know what I'm saying? Where all would you want to go?
Well, I don't know.
Where would you start?
We got the scripture. It says where Jesus was at, where he visited. Could you do all that? I guess we could nowadays in a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's
Maybe 2 weeks. Maybe.
I would say 2 weeks.
I'm gonna say a week trip is around $4 or $5 grand a person.
But
Something
I
like that.
think though, if you do a week,
I mean, it seems.
yeah, if you do a week, you're like,
Or
if
you're
doing-
rushed.
Yeah, you're doing a tour, and you're like, here's this, and then you got to go because you're looking, so you don't have time to. It's kind of
I see
like being
what
at
you're saying, yeah.
at a museum. If I go to a museum, I want to read everything, whatever I'm interested in.
Okay.
I want to go at my pace.
Your
and-
trip's gonna be a little more expensive, Jody.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So
But,
you want to
I
go
can see his point.
you want to
though.
go to the Sea of Galilee, and you want to spend some time there. You don't
Yeah.
want to just
He wants to float in the Dead Sea.
yeah. When you go to
Wouldn't
the
that be cool?
Jordan,
Yeah.
would you be baptized in the Jordan?
Oh, I
You
would love that. Yeah.
go to the Jordan, be baptized
Ooh,
there.
I
That
hadn't
would
thought
be-
of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be. I know that's something that
That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I've had a couple of friends that.
Well, you would hate to go that far and then not to. You run out of time because you did spend too much time doing this and that, and then you're like, because you never go back.
This is the way my mind works. Even if I was not baptized in the Jordan, just to go down, just touch the water.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's wild. That I
if you
mean,
see a dove flying down, you're like, oh my god.
I think when you land, when the plane lands and you get off and you touch ground, I think you might have like just spiritual, I don't know, this
I think your
feeling come over
senses
you.
are there.
Yeah.
I imagine the progressiveness of the city probably is overwhelming. Like, because you're going to get to areas that are kind of have retained that historicity, the about the history of the area and that kind of stuff. I think you get some of that, but when you get out at the airport, I think it's going to feel a lot like America, and you're going to go, wait a minute, this isn't feeling right. You're going to need to get out and get in the cab, and
You got to put feet on the ground.
get
Yeah.
a little bit further.
But don't you think if you lived over there, a lot of those people just take it for granted? 'Cause
Oh,
that's
I'm
all
sure,
they've ever
100%,
known.
100%.
I don't think you can appreciate
Just like
it as
us
much.
taking granted our freedom in
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly right, because one thing you look at is how many people that vote out of the 320
I know.
million people.
and that
we
other
have
people
like
are dying to
150
get an
million.
opportunity to do that.
Like 46% maybe vote.
Well, when me and you went to Honduras, think about when we come home, what we talked about, like, oh my gosh, we're spoiled rotten.
Yeah. When you're down there, you're like, I know, like with your daughter, she was ready to like give everything
Oh
away.
yeah,
and-
she would have gave everything she owned away.
yeah.
Wow.
When we got home, she's like, I don't need this. I said, look, I bought that.
Yeah. You
I actually worked for that.
yeah. You're like, settle down. Yeah. Yeah.
We're glad to learn. We're glad to have you frame this a little bit.
That's one of those things that
And Miss Sharon actually warned me about that.
Yeah.
Your
emotions can take over
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
very easily in a situation like that.
All right, so we're planning a trip to
Israel.
the Holy Land.
Yeah,
That's what-
well,
probably gonna need to wait a day or two, just
yeah,
to
we
be.
might.
You think our schedule?
I don't want to dodge a missile right now.
Oh, but I do. I would love to go. I'd love to.
I'm with you. I think it'd be.
I think it.
That's one of them, like he's talking about check mark. I mean, that's one of them like big ones.
I think it would affect the way you read Scripture. When you read the Sea of Galilee, and now all of a sudden you're like, you got that imagery that's flashing
The
through your
Jordan
mind,
River.
and you go, "Yep, oh wow, I know what they're talking about right there."
Talk about the tomb. Oh man.
Do you think tourism is shut down over there? Are they allowing any? I know there's a,
I would think so right now.
I would think so too, but I don't know.
would think.
I don't know.
I wonder how much.
I would say prior to today, no.
Yeah.
Like
no.
there was there's probably
Probably
people-
after today for a
Yeah.
while.
I wonder their economy, how much it revolves around tourism.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, there's a no-fly zone at some point over there, so I don't know. I don't know how much that affects. Of course, it affects, but I don't know how much it affects tourism. I don't know many people that would go right now. Take it before today. I mean, I know a lot of people still probably wouldn't go just because of the uncertainty and unrest that's over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I'm sure it's been diminished, but I know folks that had trips planned that went ahead and went.
So it wasn't canceled or anything.
No.
They could still okay.
That was in the last, I'm gonna say 2-3 months.
Should it deter you?
Well, I was just sitting there thinking in the back of my mind. I said, if you decide I'm going to Israel, I'm going to the Holy Land, you're always taking that chance.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because think about it, but nobody had an idea today that's going to shoot me. I mean, you just might be there and they shoot them.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You're taking that. You're just going to take that chance. All you can do is pray about it and let good Lord handle it.
That was good.
You can't
I
live
guess-
in fear of it.
If there's anywhere that you'd want to be when something happens, I would say that's probably a good place to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, if you lived in fear of that, you would never go.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, to start shutting everything down. If you
Yeah.
think about all the, I mean, if you thought about the odds of having a car accident, you wouldn't even drive a
You wouldn't
car
even drive.
if you get
Yeah.
to think about it all the time. Like,
I mean, it says in Scripture, 365 times, do not be afraid. I mean, that tells you right there. Mark Rick, that's another statement from Mark Rick. I heard him say that.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's one per day, one
Yeah.
for a year. I
On
like
a
it.
day a year. That's what Mark Rick said. I ain't never really fact checked it, but it sounded good when he said it.
He filed his own disclaimer.
Yeah.
We filed that disclaimer off, and
Yeah.
he said, "I just
Well,
heard
it was in the movie Facing the Giants. You ever seen Facing the
Yeah,
Giants?
huh?
Remember Mark Rick comes and talks to the football team?
I do remember that.
He quotes that. It says in Scripture 365 times, do not be afraid.
I did not catch that in my memory, but I do. I remember the movie.
And I've never went through there and counted, but I just took Mark Rick for his word on that one. I like to use that.
There's some software that can help us with that.
There
We'll-
probably are.
We can figure that out. I'll do that.
AI? Would you
No, I don't-
trust
I'm
AI?
scared. I'm a little scared of AI.
Mine's not AI. Mine's not AI.
Yeah, you know, when it comes to biblical questions, I don't think I would trust AI.
No, I'll look it up.
I do think that it can help with
It
like
can.
a word count or something like that.
Good.
I think you could probably use it for stuff like that, or like if you ask it to list the references and then you could go check it. Like,
Oh yeah,
list
little
every.
bit.
but not to
occurrence.
ask it what this means.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I've got
I mean,
a question. I was
know,
going to ask the Lord, but I think I'll just use AI today.
A little leery of it, but it can have its good. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
But that could, I mean, I think it has some beneficial uses if you put it in the right context and ask the right questions.
So is AI more dangerous or more good?
Depends on
In
whose
the
hands
future.
it's in.
It's in everybody's hands.
Well,
I'm just saying enemies and
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
think about how good some of these people are, like at hacking things, and now it's getting that. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, you know what's scary? You're like if you look up or you're talking, we're all talking about. Say we was talking about Lucky Charm cereal, and then later on your phone you'll get an ad for Lucky Charm cereal. Like, okay, I mean that's a little.
It's strange.
It is.
It's strange.
It's listening.
It's weird. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, you know, when you're agreeing to everything, when you get on these apps and you have to do that, agree. I'm not reading it. I've never read any of those. You ain't reading.
Yeah,
you ain't reading.
you agreed to our terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure somewhere in there it's
I'm
letting
getting past
you know
this point.
that, hey,
You won't let me move on until I click that check button. Okay,
I am not a robot.
yeah.
Oh,
Have you done the latest update on your phone?
negatory.
18?
I have not. Have you?
I did.
Is it any major changes?
You can change your apps the way they look
Okay.
and stuff. I mean, it's got several things, but
What number iPhone do you have?
what number? What number are we at? 16?
I think they
I
just.
thought it was 15.
I think they just.
Or 16. Just done 16?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It just came out.
It's
Yeah, what? Mine's a 12. That's why I'm asking.
know if
I didn't
mine's
know
a-
if mine would even do an update.
12 or 13. Mine's a Pro Max, whatever it is.
Oh,
Whatever that means, yeah.
You're
It's
still
not
fat.
just a Pro.
So
Josh,
Pro Max.
Pro Max,
Wow.
professional.
The
Max.
latest iPhone is the 16.
Okay.
The 16 is out.
Is that the titanium something?
Have you noticed though? There's
It has Apple Intelligence. That's the big deal
Yeah,
about the
I don't
new
want that one.
The AI Discover, the new iPhone 16 Pro, iPhone 16 Pro Max.
Is that just the size of it? Is that so? What's the Pro Max a little bigger?
Cameras
Maybe.
change, storage capacities change.
You know, there for a
size
while you could get the
changes.
same number, but like one word made the phone bigger.
yeah.
You know,
But have you noticed the only major thing the last several years is the camera? It seems like that's the only upgrade they're doing is they can upgrade the camera. They can make it a little bit better. But it's almost like our technology. We've gone so far with these cell phones doing all this incredible stuff. And now we're almost, to me, it seems like we're at a standstill. We just can't fine tune
Right.
or get anything else that people want.
It's
I mean,
like,
if
you know,
you were a designer, I mean, thinking you're,
how
I don't,
far more, how much
what-
further can you go with a phone? As a designer, I mean, what else are you?
That's
going
what I'm
to
saying.
Do? Yeah,
I can sit here right now and I can't think of anything. You
I mean,
know,
the
you
phone
gotta
can do
think-
anything.
Yeah. So what else can you do?
I don't know. You want me to tell you what's included in this update?
Sure.
It has the biggest photo redesign.
Oh, that's
what it
right.
says.
But you know, Amanda,
The biggest ever update to photos. It makes it easier to find and relive special moments. The beautiful, simplified layout puts the library into a unified yet similar view.
before you go to any other thing besides photo, you can finish the photo thing.
Nope, I'm done.
So they said on this update right here that a lot of people it erased some of their photos.
Oh,
So that's what Amanda was telling me last night.
be careful.
So
Watch that up.
Is that going eventually when they make regular cameras to stop? You know, who's gonna go to Best Buy and buy a
Digital camera.
a digital camera now?
Yeah.
when you got that.
oh yeah,
Not the average person.
No,
Not
no,
the average
with the
person.
upgrades they're making to that camera. Nobody, I mean,
well you've
regular cameras just gonna go away.
go back 10 or 15 years and let's see how many businesses are closed or companies are closed because they can't compete anymore because nobody wants just a camera since you've got it. And who would have thought to have a
Radio
phone with
Shack.
it? Yeah.
I wonder if the iPhone destroyed a Radio
I don't
Shack.
know. Might have. Might have.
Radio Shack's about gone. I don't
even know. If
I think
they
they're
still,
gone.
They're gone.
I think so.
They didn't about. They did.
I don't have a doom and gloom story. You know, I always like to bring up the
You do.
stores that are closing.
And you can come back next time
I'll
and
have to
tell
look
us.
that up. But back to the photos. One last thing. The only thing I don't like about photos is, do you put photos in like folders? Do you like move them over? or
I've
anything
never
like
really
that?
been big on that. No,
Do you?
I don't.
So,
Do you?
but you have you?
I have. I mean,
I've got like a
I've created,
favorites list.
like albums and
Yeah,
that kind
albums.
of stuff.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got a
Well,
little bit.
album. Yeah.
I'm with
So when you take that photo out of your whole album, I guess, and put it like in a folder, why does it not take it off of your album? I'm putting it in a folder.
Oh, you're
Oh,
wanting
it's
to-
leaving it both.
So say I've got one for pets for my dogs, and I'm taking all my pictures out of my album. I'm putting
You
them in
wanna
my
start
folder.
putting them all
So,
there.
Yeah. Why is it still? Why do they not take it out of your album? Because I've got 10,000 pictures. If I'm putting them in folders to try and separate them and categorize them,
then
and all
you're
that stuff,
doubling your photos.
Well, that's because you can change the looks at the bottom and just go to your album look and
I thought y'all would be on my side, but
forget that
apparently
other
not.
No, I agree with you.
It just looks to me like why are you offering me an album if I can't get it out of my? I'm trying to move
here's
it.
a
I don't want to
pet peeve I have with 'em.
accidentally delete it though. What if I decide I want to get rid of it from that album, but I didn't actually want to get rid of it? So I kind of like it in the
In
other
both.
place. Yeah, I kind of like it in both places.
I can see that too.
Well, I would kind of want it deleted from the album because I got it in my folder.
Okay. Can you delete it from the master album without deleting it from there?
No.
What about now on your messages? You have to delete a message. Like, used to, like I could go on Jody. Say me and Jody been texting for 2 weeks
Yeah.
about stuff. And I'm saying, okay, let's restart this. I could say delete conversation and it would delete the whole conversation, still leave Jody's name up there. Now you can't do that. You have to single pick every message, or I have to do away with Jody's name completely and like start over.
I don't delete messages. I've never
Yeah, I
experienced
don't know.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't-
Because that takes, well, I'm saying not on these now, but used to, it took up storage
yeah,
space.
I agree.
So you would try to kind of keep some of your old messages. And so you could just go in there and say, delete conversation. Well, I could keep his name up there. So it was easier just to start But now you have to go in there and click each
Oh, that's
thing. Oh yeah, it's aggravating. I'm like, oh my
There's a
gosh.
setting in there also, if you're talking about storage space, that you can, it's an automatic. If you've got a text that's over a year old, once it hits that 366 day mark, it automatically will take it out.
Kick it.
Yeah. So if we had a group text that we were just going to use because of some event we had going on,
Yeah.
and we did, for 2 weeks we were doing that, never going back. It's always going to be in your phone, right? Unless you delete it. Well, if you had that setting for a year, it's going to automatically go out in a
That's
year.
a neat feature.
And it saves a lot. I mean, you talk about storage. So it would automatically kick a bunch
like
of
that.
years out.
Probably would.
Yeah. But after I did that, there's several texts that I did not want to get rid of. I realized after the fact that it's gone. But yeah. So
It says in messages now that you can bold in the iPhone. You can now make, if you're texting, you can take and make a certain word bold. You can underline it, put it in italics. You can strike through. And your little tap backs, you can change some of them. You know how if you like double tap a message, you can heart, thumbs up it. You can kind of change the colors and some of the features in there. So that was pretty neat.
But now with the AI and the apps you can get with that, can you not use that to do what you were just talking about?
Oh, and you can schedule
He didn't
a
listen to
text
that, I
message.
said.
I'm sorry. Did that factored in the AI and stuff?
You can schedule what
it.
else?
Say like at midnight tonight, I think, ooh, I need to tell Eric this, but I realize it's not wise to text you at midnight. I can go to your message, I can press one of the buttons, and I can say, send this to Eric tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Oh, I like
Go
that.
ahead and write the message
I did like
and
that.
say,
Yeah.
send this feature later. Send this message, which is something I've been, they say they're listening all the time. So I holler at my phone a lot of times and say, hey, here's a feature I want if y'all are listening.
Is that what you
I
say?
do. I really like riding down the road. I'll say,
never
oh, I do it all the time. You just ask my family. Like, I've got all kind of suggestions for them. I don't think they've listened to any of them except for this one. This one, y'all are welcome. I
Thank
told
you.
them they needed.
I like that.
Because sometimes it's inopportune time to text somebody, and you're just
Yeah.
like, but I do want to
And
know.
if you don't, you're afraid if you don't do it right that moment, you're not going to remember again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I text my wife every day, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Like around, trying like
Aw,
6:45.
look at
Sometimes if I'm busy, whatever, so it might be 7:30, whatever like that. So can I go in there?
That's not
And
the same.
I don't think it's the same.
I'm going to
I don't-
speak for women now.
Eric
What
has
were you
now been
saying?
muted. Go ahead.
So can I go in there and schedule for 365 days? I love you every day. So it automatic.
Yes.
I don't know if
And
you
not
can do
tell
it or
her?
not. It's wrong if you do it. It's
Does she
definitely
listen
wrong.
to this podcast?
She
Oh,
does.
Too
I'm
late.
just kidding. Yeah, this is a joke.
But that
This
is
a
good,
joke.
though. But you know what's eventually happen? That you don't really mean that because you scheduled it.
Eric, I
What?
mean it.
Okay.
I'm just
not
trying to
saying you
look
don't.
at the. Yeah.
It's
I'm
just gonna come at an inopportune
yeah,
time.
it
You're gonna be
doesn't-
in there arguing with her, and she's gonna get him in. I love you, and you'll be like, "You just said if you give me that chicken noodle soup one more time,
Just saying.
quit slurping the film off the top."
No.
I'm tired of it, Amanda. You've had too
It's no
much.
different. I mean, it's a little. It's not even. It's just slimy a little bit, but it's no
It's not
different.
even slurping the stuff off the top. It's the code. Like you don't heat it up.
That's fine.
No, it's not.
One day when the grid goes down,
Oh, if I get 100,
you're gonna wish that you were used to it. I'll be used
I would
to
drink it like a hound dog at a. But I'm just saying, if I have a choice, I'm heating it up.
Oh goodness, that's funny. Let's see. There's a brand new password app. I don't know anything about it. It says password in the new app built on the foundation of Keychain that makes it even easier for users to access their passwords and see all their credentials, like passwords, passcodes, verification codes, all in one place. Do y'all have a master list of all your passwords somewhere?
Pretty much.
in my notes.
That's what we thought about.
Do you
it.
use your notes? Do you ever?
A little.
Yeah.
I-
Well, we joked about this the other day. They already have access to all our passwords.
yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they want in there, they're getting.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's privacy features that are designed to empower users. And the first set of Apple Intelligence features available next month. I don't know what all that is. I'll read it to y'all later. But anyway, so. That's
right.
just a little tidbit. I don't know how we got there,
They're
but
getting the phones are way smarter than we are.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, look
I'm
at the
stronger.
size of it. And they say there's more in that right there than what they use like to launch the space shuttle.
Yeah.
And look at the computer.
I
there.
mean, we're walking around with little bitty computers.
I know.
I mean, who'd ever think that when we was younger?
oh, no, not me.
No.
No.
Can't live without
I remember turning on the internet. You know, all them noises like, oh, it won't connect.
it. I know.
Oh,
I know.
man.
Yeah. And now it's like click, click. Okay.
I was looking at Starlink last night, trying to figure
The
out.
satellites or like their website?
Well, I looked at the website to
Okay.
try and figure out dollar amount, what all, you know, and it's just an internet provider. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, but it's like $110 a month, and it's all together. It's $429, I think it was, for the package for getting the hardware and all that kind of stuff.
Does it have good, supposedly have good like speeds, downloads, uploads?
Supposed to, but it did say on there, you know, if like heavy rain and stuff can disrupt them.
I know.
I heard something on the radio, some even bad cloudiness could disrupt it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give it a shot.
But, you know, you can
I have
take
the
it on the
Verizon
road.
box.
Yeah.
Great.
But this you can take.
It'll work good?
Yes.
Okay.
You can take it camping. You can take it on the boat.
Yeah.
All that. It works everywhere. So we're trying to figure out just how to, you know, we've got Spectrum. You know, we've always gone from here. We had DirecTV. We had YouTube TV. And Amanda talked last night about going back to YouTube.
I like
TV.
it.
Might do it.
I'm using
I
it.
got the Hulu. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
You got it with live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're all about the same price now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a price change. It's a, all of them are just different services and features.
Well, I thought about getting the antenna. You know, you can get the $120 for the big antenna that picks up. You've got to be within 52-mile range of, you know, a tower or
Yeah.
whatever, something like that. It's some kind of range, but you pick up all these channels. As long as it gets local channels, that's what we said. And then maybe I'll get a subscription to a packet or something that I can just get the SEC football games.
That's what
for
I
that.
want to watch.
You know, if I pay, you know, $20 a month to have that, that's fine.
I
And drop
got a
it.
buddy that gets like YouTube TV during football season. As soon as it's over, he cancels it.
Yeah,
That's what I normally do.
but do y'all know anybody that's got the antenna? That I mean, it
I
just
really
picks
don't.
up free channel. I mean, it's just free.
I do. My in-laws. That's all they have is antenna.
Get local channels.
In Georgia, yeah,
Yeah, that's
they do. They are. That's all they have. They don't have any. They have no internet at their house. They have no cable. When they cut the cord, they cut the cord.
I tell you. I mean,
You know, that would be peaceful though.
yeah.
So
times
it's
it's like-
nice.
Yeah.
But like when we go up and we're accustomed to
Yes.
streaming and we have all that, it's an adjustment period for us. But I will say that when I hooked up when the Georgia game was on and I hooked up my phone to their TV and I used my YouTube TV and
you cast it.
and cast it onto their TV, I had to hook it all up and stuff while we were there. My in-laws were like, "Well, we like this. I like being able to watch." And I said,
Yeah.
You know, they have internet. Y'all can do that." And they're like, no, we're not going to do that.
You just come over to
I think my mother-in-law would be on board if my father-in-law would get on board. And she'd go, "Okay, honey, turn it on. Hit that button."
You got satellite.
go
You
dogs.
got internet. You got cell phones you're paying for. I mean, it's adds up quick.
It gets
Just
there in a
those
hurry.
3 things right there. Because we're paying for like 4 phones.
I was going to say, then you
You're
all
paying
have...
for phones, and you're paying for phones, and everybody's in the same
Eric's
boat.
got son-in-law, so he's not having to do as many
That's right.
right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now. He's
But I
got,
did in
Unless
the past.
unless they do call and you have to go get her,
that's,
Yes.
like you said.
and then the son-in-law gets a bill
That's right.
or a butt whooping.
I've got 2 great son-in-laws. I
You do.
I just
Or at
wanted
least
them.
one of them. I'll say one, and then they can figure out which one.
Let them figure out which one's which.
That's right.
But no, I'm blessed for both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, praise the
But
Lord.
I did want them to know.
Yeah.
In which, here's the thing: both their daddies would kill them if they ever. You know, I know that too. but
Yeah. Yeah.
When I get done, your dad's beating you. Just so you know.
You better hope I get there first.
Well, Eric, we appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
2 episodes.
You were the man.
I tell you what.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Enjoyed it, guys.
You talk a lot more than Spencer. We can't get Spencer to hardly talk.
Oh.
He'll get on a kicker every once in a while.
when we hit the Disney button, we flipped a switch in him that day. He took over 2 episodes.
Yeah.
He said, "Go ahead and hit the pause button. Come on back for part 2 of Disney."
Yeah. He knows about Disney.
Rebecca has taught him some things about Disney World.
And if we could have had her in here, he wouldn't have had to say a word. She
We'd
could
still be
explain it all.
recording.
That's right. That's right.
Love
yeah,
you,
but
Rebecca.
but we do. We appreciate you being here. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I
That's
really
good.
did.
That's good. And everybody, check us out on YouTube. We have that YouTube channel now. 3 Wheels No Direction. We got a TikTok. We got a Facebook. We got an Instagram.
Jody, you are a busy man. And you're printing T-shirts. No, not yet.
Not yet. If y'all want a T-shirt, they're $100 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jody
make some money.
handwrites
I
them.
understand.
He handwrites them
Yeah,
with,
I paint 'em.
with a Sharpie.
Well, right now they're 150 because the porch on strike.
That's right. That's
I
right.
love it.
Yeah,
Eric could be in charge of marketing
that's
for
right.
us.
That's right.
You can afford our shirt.
That's it. That's it. All right, we appreciate y'all listening. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Say bye.
Bye.
So what